Hi. I know you don't know who I am, or you might, but you most likely don't. My name's Nikita. I'm 23. I currently still live with my parents. I don't have a job, and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. This is gonna be a bit of a journey that I would like for us to take together, figuring it out, because I know there are a lot of people who are in similar boats as me who want to better themselves, want to take control of their lives again. So let's do it together. If I can give you a little bit of motivation, that's amazing. That's what I hope. If you can give me a little bit of motivation, that's amazing. That would help. I have always been someone who goes to YouTube for comfort, to watch videos when I'm feeling down, when I need a distraction, and oftentimes when I need a little bit of relation to other people. Most of the people I watch on YouTube, I see a little bit of myself in them, and that's what I want to be for other people. I want other people to relate to me. I want them to go to my channel to just feel safe and possibly feel seen. Like I said, I'm currently 23, going to be turning 24 soon. Which makes me very nervous. I feel like I'm in that point of my life right now where I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself that I need to be figuring it out, that I need to have it all planned, that I'm supposed to be engaged by a certain time, I'm supposed to have kids by a certain time, and that's just not simply true. You know, I'm realizing now that I have full control and that being stagnant isn't helping me. I've been stuck out of fear and preventing myself to do things. Posting on social media is something that I've always loved. I always loved watching YouTube. There was a brief moment of me having around like 30,000 followers on TikTok, which looking back is so unreal. It was maybe just a few months of me posting and doing lives, and I gained a good following. It was so much fun, but I ended up losing myself, but also losing motivation to post because I was in a not so good relationship, and I lost myself at the time, which meant that I lost motivation to be myself, and posting on TikTok at that time was a outlet for me being myself. I feel like it was around COVID time, and it was something that was really fun for me, and it felt like a little bit of a dream coming true with like people actually wanting to follow me. So this is something I've always wanted for myself, but have never done it out of fear other than posting on TikTok. And I'm still really scared to post on TikTok. I'm so scared of judgment and people perceiving me negatively and thinking that I am not genuine. So I really want this to be a very honest, genuine version of myself, of me posting online with this. I want to be very honest with what I'm struggling with. I want to be someone relatable, and I want to be someone that people go to for a little bit of sense of comfort. And so, what is it that we're trying to work on? Well, I have a long list of things that I want to better myself. Even though I'm saying that I want to change my life, really it's more in the sense that I want to take control again. I've been living out of fear and anxiety and not doing the things that make me happy, but also not doing the things that are important. So that's what the goal is. We need to do things that make me happy, but also things that are really important for me. The things that are important are like going to the doctors, going to the dentist, facing my anxiety by putting myself out there socially. Also important is keeping my area clean, keeping my room clean, my crafting area clean, also myself clean. Hygiene is another important thing. And just taking care of myself in general, eating good, drinking enough water, taking supplements and vitamins that I need to be taking, all of those things that are very important. But then the things that make me really happy that I haven't been doing: sewing, making videos, taking photos, practicing my photography. I haven't been drawing. I don't create art anymore. I've always been a really creative person, but it's one of those things that I have a lot of fear, but also a lot of shame around. I honestly don't think I'm good enough of an artist, so I prevent myself from creating art. So those are things that I want to do, but don't do. So I need to force myself to do those things more. Another thing that's important is staying on top of my finances. Because I don't have a job right now, I can't be spending money. I love to thrift, but I know that I can't, or I shouldn't. And I woke up today, to be honest, with the urge to go to the thrift store. So that's what we're not gonna do. Instead, what we are gonna do is finish a sewing project so then I can wear that instead of something that I bought, something that I made, which will also be really rewarding. So things like that. I love to sew, but I don't believe in myself enough. I don't think that I have enough technique to actually make things that are wearable, but that's the goal. The goal is to make things that are wearable. But I want to be able to sew and wear my own clothes, and that's something I've always been insecure about, is that the clothes I make aren't good enough to wear, and that people will see the faulty sewing and judge me for it. You know, another thing is that I don't have the best, I guess, track record with school. I have my high school diploma. I tried going to a 4-year after and ended up moving back home. It just wasn't a good fit for me. You know, I also tried doing community college locally after moving back home, and still didn't really work out for me. I've tried online school, and I just haven't been successful in the traditional sense in any of them. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop trying. My goal is, I would love, it's more of an aspiration, I guess. I would love to try and go to art school and study fashion, study design, study photography, the fine arts. But like I said, you know, my creative and artistic side is something that I don't have a lot of faith in. I don't believe that I really have the artistic bone in me. I feel like an important bit of context in this is that I am neurodivergent. That's something I don't want to hide. I've been diagnosed with ADHD and autism. As of recently, I was diagnosed with autism around a year ago, and that in and of itself has been quite a journey of completely removing the mask of who I believed I was for 22 years of my life. You know, masking in autism and ADHD and just being neurodivergent is something that is so emotionally and physically taxing, but feels like a survival skill. Yeah. If you don't know what masking is, for me, I can't speak for everyone on the spectrum or every neurodivergent person, but for me, masking was pretending to be normal, even though in the back of my head there was a lot going on that was not being dealt with. My masking is very similar to a fawning response, but masking is essentially finding a way to reconfigure yourself and your behaviors in a way that fits society and the people that you're around, which sucks. And so right now I'm in a stage of breaking that mask. My mask, to be honest, is pretty broken, and there are times where I really wish I was able to mask like I was able to and pretend to be normal, because it would make things easier, but it wouldn't. It comes with a tax. Masking often results in me recovering and resting and recharging my battery for at least a day. Accepting the fact that those will be struggles, but also pushing through them, because I can't always let my anxiety control me, and my inability to be social most of the time, I can't let that prevent me from doing things. I've heard the statement that depression can't hit a moving target. As of recent, just to be honest, I don't feel like there's much going for me. You know, I'm unemployed. I'm living with my parents. To be honest, I don't have many friends. And so I have been very depressed. I've been laying in bed most days. Just laying in bed on a screen. This is something I know I should share, but it's something I really, really struggle with. And I've been smoking a lot. It's something I really struggle with and something I don't want to be dependent on. Smoking was introduced to me at a very low point in my life, and it feels like it has haunted me ever since. Whenever I am in a rough transitioning period, I notice that I smoke a lot because I don't like change. I really don't like change. And right now, I don't know what's happening next. And that really scares me. And And I think that this is a way for me to be doing something while still figuring it out, because I know I'm not ready to get a job again. I am still very burnt out. For any of you that know what autistic burnout is like, it's very much depression focused, and it just feels very dark. You know, being autistic for me, again, I can only speak from my own experience, comes with so much shame and guilt. I feel like my life would be so much easier if I was normal, if the people around me didn't have to deal with me being too much, too emotional, too dramatic. You know, these are things that I've internalized for a really long time, things that I've been told directly or indirectly of just growing up being neurodivergent in a society that is neurotypical. I learned very quickly as a young girl that I was not normal, that people judged me for being weird. And all of that has stuck with me for a very long time. It has stuck with me and lives with me to this day. Anytime that I have a meltdown or hurt someone's feelings or just get upset at something, I feel like my emotions are too much and that they are not valid. Which I know is the experience for other people as well. And I want you to know that you're not alone if you feel that way. I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to rewire ourselves to think differently. But going back to what I was saying, being autistic, ADHD, neurodivergent, someone with anxiety and depression, whatever it may be, whatever you're struggling with, I want you to know that you're not alone. It feels very isolating and it can feel so lonely. It feels like I have an internal battle of like this push and pull of like, I want to be doing these things with my life, but I'm so scared and I want to stay stagnant. I just want to lay in bed and I just want to hide away from the world, but I want to go explore. I want to go do these things. I want to learn. I want to experience, but what if I'm not good enough? I'm in this, it feels like quicksand. It's honestly really frustrating knowing that I want to do better, but watch myself stay so stagnant. But this is me being hard on myself. Like, I am so hard on myself. I am my biggest... I'm just gonna say it because obviously it's creating an emotional response, but I am my biggest bully. I am the one who is telling myself all of the things that I am worried that other people are telling me, when in reality they're probably not. I have so much anxiety about what other people think about me, and it prevents me from doing things that I want to do. It prevents me from posting online. I love posting on Instagram. I think it's such a fun creative outlet for me. When there were moments of me not feeling like myself, I stopped posting as much. I feel like I could make an entire video probably about what it was like losing my sense of identity, about what it is like to be neurodivergent and lose yourself for the sake of other people, because I know many people, I've talked with several people who have experienced very similar things, whether it's losing yourself because of family, because of friendships or relationships. I know there are a lot of people who have experienced very similar things to me, and I would like to talk on them so that other people have a space that they can go to where they can feel that they are seen and they are heard. Going back to what I was saying, I want this to be a reason, be motivation for me to take action and really dedicate my time to myself, because I haven't been. I want this to inspire other people to be doing the same, and we can be on the journey together. There are many reasons why I'm doing this. I want this to be a bit of exposure therapy and being vulnerable online, being honest and genuine online, in hopes that, of course, it finds the right people, but it's very possible that it might not, and I will be opened up to negativity. And I want that to be an opportunity for me to rise above it and realize that other people's negativity should not impact my positivity. There are a lot of things that I want to work on, and I will be making multiple videos about many different things. I want to make a series about forcing myself to do things, forcing myself to go to the dentist, which is like my biggest fear. I know that has to be a video probably soon. I need to go to the doctor. I actually will. I just remembered I actually do have a doctor's appointment this week. Well, I guess that video will be sooner than expected. I want to make a series about forcing myself to do things that make me uncomfortable. And I also want this to be an outlet for me creatively. I want to give videos about sewing and projects that I've made, and you can follow along with me and make them yourself, or just follow along for the journey. I want this to be something that I can be very genuine and true to myself on, in hopes that people find it and stick with me along the journey to take my life back. I have big hopes for this, It's something that I've really wanted. It's something that I've been manifesting, and it's something that I've had confirmations on as well. I'm very spiritual, and I ask my guides a lot of questions about what's coming for me, because I am unsure of what's happening in my life right now. A lot of signs have pointed in the directions of me just struggling through it to figure it out, and I think this is one of the perfect ways to do that, because it also holds me accountable. I think that there are signs that are pointing me in this direction, and I need to stop denying the fact that I really want this, because I do, and I'm almost embarrassed about how much I want this. And I've been saying I want this for a really long time. I want to try, and I haven't. I felt like I really want an outlet where I can express myself genuinely and creatively, and I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I am so insecure. I want people to see value in me and in my work and what I have to offer. So whether that happens or whether I'm just able to get over my anxiety and obsession with caring so much about what other people think about me, I think either would be a win in my book. So I'm really excited for this journey. I think it's gonna be a tough one, but also something that brings, hopefully, a lot of light to a lot of different people. That's the goal at the end of the day. I want this to find people who are in similar situations as me, whether you're around my age and have no idea what you're doing right now, you're unemployed and don't know what to do, or you are still living with your parents and feeling like you're in a bit of a struggle bus right now and want to get out of it. Whatever it is, if you're neurodivergent and need a bit of a buddy, whatever it is, I want this to be a safe space for whomever who needs one. I just appreciate also that I'm giving myself the opportunity and dedicating this time to trying, because in the past I stopped before trying or stop after trying and it doesn't go as perfect as I would like. And I hope that it comes out to be everything that I truly hope it to be. I appreciate anyone who decides to stick along for this journey as a friend or a follower. I think this is going to be fun and exciting for me. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one.